Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. Today I am out here in the woods and I am testing out a brand new XBoil little camping stove. I've never used it before, so this is my very first time using it. That's in the little Togs pot, and then I've also got a little Bialleti percolator, so it's a coffee percolator. So I'm giving that a go today also, and this is the first time that I've used either of those things. So I'm quite excited to see how this works out as a little setup for my fires, camping, coffee, all that kind of stuff. And also guys, if you guys are into wild camping, into bushcraft, just into getting outdoors here, then please subscribe to the channel, join our little community of outdoorsy type folks. If you have tried alcohol stoves before, please let me know what your thoughts are on them. This is my first time using them, so I'm kind of keen to hear what you guys think of them, what success you've had, also what kind of failures you've had with them. So I'm just interested to know, so please leave a comment in the boxes below and just let me know what you think. I'll also leave a link for the Xbox stove in the description below, so if you want to take a look at that, feel free to do so. There's no affiliate links or nothing like that, it's just if you want to have a look. So let's see what we have. So this is a little Togs 750 mil even titanium pot. So what I have in here is I have two little 30 mil fuel bottles, and the stove itself, I mean, the stove is tiny. The stove like this comes in about 26 grams, and in the tin you have a graphite pad, or graphite felt pad, and then three pot hangers which go on the side of your wind guard and your pot hanger. But all that, it's just 26 grams, man. It's tiny. And then you also have, okay, this is the windshield that also doubles up as a pot holder, and all it does, it's stainless steel, and all this does to connect it, these two lugs fit into these two holes here, and you just bend it over, put it in, pull back, and that's it. That is your pot holder. It's really, really easy to use. And then all you do with these is attach these, 1, 2, and 3, and then you have something to rest your pot inside. So pretty neat, and again, really, really light. The windshield here, this only comes in at I think 36 grams, so again, incredibly light. With this, the stove and the Togs mug or pan, pot, whatever you want to call it, this is 99 grams. So all of this complete with 30 mils of fluid or oil or fuel then only comes in about 185 grams. So it is really, really light, really, really small. So I'm quite impressed with this already. Just be interested now to see what it's like to actually cook on it and how long it takes. Again, I've not used an alcohol stove before, so this is all brand new. The little stove here, as I mentioned, has a graphite pad inside of it. And the idea here is when you put liquid or put the fuel inside of this, this absorbs it and it stops it there from spilling out should you accidentally knock this over. And one thing I do know with alcohol stoves or the alcohol fuel, so I'm using bioethanol, is that if you do spill it, whatever the liquid goes, it's just going to go on fire. So, you know, if you're using this inside your tent or something like that, and you knocked it over, you're saying goodbye to your tent quite quickly. So the reason I went with this one is because, well, from what I've read, what I've seen on the reviews, this is very, very good. So we'll test that out also today to see if it does leak. Fingers crossed it doesn't. I am using bioethanol fuel, which is really easy to get hold of, and it burns clean, and it's quite cheap. I mean, I bought 2 litres of this stuff for £9. So if you think this is a 30 ml bottle, you know, you should get a lot of camps, a lot of uses out of a 2 litre container of ethanol fluid. The one thing to be careful of when using this stuff is be very, very careful when you're using it. Don't spill it, don't get it on your hands if you can avoid it. and also don't put it into your cooker if the cooker's already warm or already alight, because that's just asking for damage, asking for a bit of trouble. You're going to set yourself on fire or your tent on fire, so just don't do that. Just going to fuel this up now, just to show you guys and myself whether this leaks or not. So that's taken all of that 30ml, and if I tilt it over, yeah, nothing's coming out. So seriously impressed with that. XBoil reckon that a 30ml bottle will do you for a day's camping, and I believe that's for 2 to 3 meals and for heating up enough water for a drink or a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. So that's what XBoil say on their website. So I have also ordered the 100ml bottle, which should last you 2 or 3 days, and then a 200ml bottle, which they reckon will last you up to a week. So we'll see. Time will tell whether they are telling the truth or not. That's all the cooking stuff. So now onto the percolator. So this is the little Bialleti Moka Pot. Comes from Italy, and it comes in 3 parts, so it just unscrews. So you have, this is the bit that the coffee comes into or percolates up into. You have a filter and a seal at the bottom here. Then you have your pot for putting your coffee granules in, and then this is where you put your water in. So this is only a 2-cup version, so you get about 90 mils of coffee out of this, which, as I believe, is enough for 2 shots of coffee or 2 cups of espresso coffee. So turn that into an Americano. What you would do is you just add hot water to it, and then that would be your Americano. But I was going to try it today just as like a double shot espresso, just why not. The weight of this is about 318 grams, so it's heavier than my cooking setup, but I just think for being outside in nature and actually being able to make a nice coffee for yourself, I kind of can sacrifice having that little bit of weight. Just like for a day hike or something like that, I probably wouldn't take it out on if I was out for 2 or 3 days. I don't know, I might do, it depends what the rest of my weight was. Maybe in the summer months I would, when you're carrying less weight, because you haven't got to have a heavy sleeping bag or sleeping mat, and you don't need as good a tent neither. So we'll see. It'd be nice to use it out and about, but we'll just wait and see. Let's just add some water and coffee to this beast. So there's a line inside the pot here, which is how far you fill it up. And there's also a valve here, so you don't fill the water up above the valve. So I have been off caffeine for a year now. Not for any particular reason, but just I was just drinking way too much coffee or caffeine at the time. So I just made a decision just to stop, and 1 week turned into a month, which then turned into a couple of months, and I'm now at a year. But I have missed coffee, so I'm actually gone to decaf coffee. So this is decaf ground coffee. What are you doing? It's just filling in. Making sure you get an even spread of coffee granules. And that's it. And then this just screws back on top. So we'll get this stove fired up and see how we get on. That's working. I didn't know if it would work with a ferro rod, but it does. It's a nice set of flame, nice flame coming from that. Just rest that on top. Put that on. And we have success. It's now just a waiting game for the coffee to actually percolate up. I've no idea how long this will take. But what is lovely with this, and this is something that you don't get with the gas stoves, is it's silent. There is just no noise, there's nothing. So you can just sit down and relax, just listen to the sound of nature around you. So I think, you know, just from a mental health perspective, just being able to come out here, make a coffee, enjoy nature, and just have silence as you're either heating food or getting a coffee on the go. I mean, that has got to be great, hasn't it? That was fantastic. I have an MSR pocket rocket. Also, that's like a jet engine when that thing lights up. I mean, if you've got a couple of guys in camp or camping and they've got their gas cookers on in the morning, it does sound like NASA. I've also got a little Vango folding stove, which I love that one more, I think, than the MSR, just because it sits down low to the ground, so it doesn't sit on top of the gas canister, so it's a bit more stable. But this is just so light in comparison. You know, 185 grams for the complete kit with the fuel. That's lighter than carrying just a gas canister by itself, and it's far less bulky. Oh, you can see this steam coming out now. Yeah, there we go. Coffee's coming through. Awesome. That didn't take very long at all. Let's see, get that off. Just show you guys there. I mean, that is class. Full coffee. So there we go. My first espresso in the woods. That's lovely. Yes, I like that. That is a good cup of coffee. That is nice, man. So, the XBoil did its job. Impressed with that. I mean, that was great. Silent, actually cooked or boiled the water relatively quickly. I think it takes about 4 minutes using either the MSR or Vango stoves, the gas stoves. So that's a lot quicker. And what I like about this is, you know, it's just lightweight. And if the fuel lasts as long as what the manufacturers or XBoil tell me it'll last, then that's going to be great for going out for, like, you know, an overnight or 2 or 3 nights while camping, or, you know, hiking around the moors or something like that. The last time we were up around the moors, you know, I think I was carrying about 18 kilos of weight, you know, with the food, the gas, the cooker, sleeping systems, all that kind of stuff. So it was heavy, and it kind of put me off the thought of doing that again. And this is why I'm just looking at lighter alternates, because most of the ways I camp anyway, it's either coming out and actually getting a fire on the go, cooking over fire, which is usually what I would do. And if we're out there, because sometimes there are no trees, so then, you know, you're having to rely on gas. So just having this as an option, I just think that's brilliant. And I've also moved away from like MRE type meals into freeze dried, so you're just carrying a lot less weight, and that's my consideration, is weight. I don't want to be carrying a lot of weight up the side of a mountain if I can help it. So this is just a test for me, just to see what works, what doesn't work. But I'm really impressed with how quick that worked, and that's cold already. That is fantastic. Hello. I have doggy companions. Hi, pups. Hello. Hello. That's all right. I have dogs on video now as well, so class. It's okay. No, it's coffee, it's all right. So, what do you think? I think this is pretty awesome. I think this is definitely going to be a companion on my camps. The XBoil for definite. This, I'm not sure how practical it will be for long camps. I think for shorter day camps, yes, definitely. For day hikes, it is brilliant. So it'll be interesting to see. Love to hear your thoughts back on this also. If you are looking for a little stove and you're looking at going into okay, the writing says always let the burner burn completely empty. So there we go, read the writing, folks. That's such a man thing, isn't it, not reading stuff. My missus will go, yeah, typical, never reads text. Oh well. Yeah, I think this is great. I definitely think if you are looking at something lighter or you're into that lightweight camping, I think the XBoil and just maybe alcohol stoves in general are definitely worthwhile looking at. If you've enjoyed the video, guys, please subscribe. Please leave a like, please leave a message. It's always appreciated. And with that, folks, I am going to leave it there. I'm going to sit down, enjoy the peace and quiet, enjoy the rest of my coffee, and burn this thing off so there's no fuel left in it. Cheers, folks.